got a 4-point spread, 2 possessions. Get the ball to Wheeler. Get the guy that got you here. There it is. Now he gives a static step, and bingo. Whoop, in and out.
The iron unkind at a crucial moment for Wheeler. He had made the last 7 points for Rhode Island. Another humongous pick by Young against Tyson Wheeler.
Young's 3 underneath, got inside position.
Madsen lost it off his chest.
Boy, did they dodge a huge bullet that time. Not only was Young inside position, so was Madsen.
But Jim Herrick's guards are running into some huge roadblocks with those high screens.
I don't mind high screens. I just don't think they should be able to set their arms across their chest to protect themselves. Timeout.
Herrick wants a 20-second timeout. Coming up tonight on CBS. 60 Minutes, Touched by an Angel, and the CBS Sunday movie, It Could Happen to You. Nicolas Cage, Bridget Fonda, Rosie Perez star. All of that tonight on CBS.
Tim, it's been a very low-scoring second half, but it's been exciting.
Your thoughts about this game, the highly anticipated Kentucky-Duke game in the South?
This is a Monday night primetime game in San Antonio. I mean, this is a giant. Both teams have depth. Both teams have blue plate specials, blue chippers. Both teams got outstanding coaches. You are going to watch the greatest game pre-Final Four in the whole tournament. And don't forget that they're both on their afterburner. They're both playing up the par.
Yeah, in an NCAA tournament that's featured bracket breaking, those two held serve. And it will be a monster matchup coming up after our game. Murphy off the dribble. Deflected, but also the foul going against Young, his third. That'll send Murphy to the stripe.
Now remember, Tim, Murphy earlier with that thumb on his shirt shooting hand, he put the cast on, he took the cast off, he put the cast back on.
And not a bad choice to foul. 62% on the season at the stripe for the guard.
He should be able to make it because he has an excuse. Now that might sound crazy even to say that, but I mean this. He has an excuse there. His thumb is hurt. He's got it all bandaged from practice yesterday. It makes him shoot higher and automatic.
You know, the longer I'm with you, the more you begin to make sense.
Well, hey, I used to coach. That was my thing. Rick Majerus is on my staff. Big time possession here. Nice move by Lee.
Arthur serving it up on Sunday. He has 15. 66-62. Under 2 to play.
Scoop shot. He made one earlier in the first half. Working clock down. Got to end up with something here. Neither team is in the 1-on-1. Next time Rhode Island fouls 1-on-1, but Stanford can give a foul, so he could be over-aggressive out here.
Murphy using a little stop-and-go engine of his own.
Oh, Murphy, what are you doing?
Well, Jim Herrick said they were happy to play Kansas in the regionals because he felt that it would scare them, and Lee comes back with a quick answer. And a 20-second timeout for the Cardinal. And Mike Montgomery felt there had been a foul.
And it went to 1 possession now. That's why that 3 was so big.
18 in the game for Arthur Lee.
Felt he got hit here. Watch, he went back. He overreacted. I think he did catch part of his hand.
Well, Montgomery certainly continued to lobby through the 20. And you see the three-point story. It's a wash. Now, the Stanford guards have answered the challenge from the outstanding Rhode Island guards, and I think the front court for Rhodey has done the same to the superior Stanford front court.
What happened? We had a flip-flop here. The guards have played better than the baseline. The baseline's supposed to be better for Stanford, and the guards are supposed to be better on Rhode Island, and the baseline play and has done a magnificent job down low.
Which tells you in a championship setting, we could not have asked for a better game. As you reset it, timeouts, 1 apiece, 2 fulls for both teams. Rhode Island with the arrow. Stanford is 4 for 6 from three-point range in the second half.
They gave that foul on purpose. Now they can't give any more fouls. Going to a 1-on-1. Good play, good coaching by Coach Montgomery.
quick bump by Weems. Trying to bring Murphy back to the strike.
You can't be two at this type of thing when the clock is so important. You just foul anyone. Sometimes we look to foul the worst foul shooter, but it takes so long to shoot the worst foul shooter, catch him, that they kill the clock. He's on the foul line now. Murphy's on the foul line. He ended up making two before this. Let's see if he can stay with it.
But on the floor, he has the poorest percentage for Rhode Island, 62%. But this is tournament time, and down the stretch, how young men performs. And as you mentioned, sometimes when you're hurt or perhaps not feeling your best, you play your top game.
Tim, if he makes this one, he'll never take the bandage off. If they're fortunate enough to go to the River Walk and Alamo and Tex-Mex food, don't be missed until you take the bandage off.
And they'll reach in against Murphy.
Oh, and it stops the clock. Wow. That is what we call in the Catholic religion a mortal sin.
Herrick.
Because they could have eaten the clock up at least 10 or 15 minutes coming down.
Herrick is in disbelief.
Well, that happens. That's why they're young guys. These aren't pros. They're young guys.
Obviously, it's into 15 seconds, obviously. Could have come off the clock. You're absolutely right. Lee, the save to Weems.
Big board by Murphy. Huge board.
Well, perhaps a little redemption for him after that foul. And Madsen has to give himself up.
Good play by Madsen. Foul right away. Don't hesitate. There's plenty of time left. 4-point spread.
Wheeler will check with Coach Herrick about what he wants.
That time there, Mobley went over to the bench. The ref said, get back out there and shoot the foul. Mobley said, I wanted some rosin on my hands. That's what he went over. Get a little rosin. Kids should make it. A fifth-year senior, normally in this situation, lefty should make the shot. I don't know about this one, that one.
Sally Herrick looks on.
Mobley shoots 86% from the foul line. He's the wrong guy to foul. Ooh, concentration all the way.
Still a two-possession game, 71-65.
Token defense up court, just don't want to foul, each clock.
Lee.
Oh, no. Holy mackerel, that was, what a shot. Where do you see this shot? We'll replay this one. You got to replay it. I don't know what the rush was, but he came down and he bent towards it, and it was a clothesline. There was no height on the ball at all.
Well, a sense of urgency sometimes from guards, and Al, you touched on it. The college game is guard-laden, and today we're seeing I'll do better than you each time down the floor from both Arthur Lee and Tyson Wheeler. It's been their game, really, the last 6 minutes in this second half.
I think you won't see many ticks on the clock. I think Stanford will pick up very soon and foul right away. As soon as the ball comes in, they'll foul, I believe.
Possession arrow to Rhode Island.
Here's the foul. 2 ticks of the clock.
Mosley picking it up. And you're right, the coaches cannot afford to let the other team's guard create. So you have to foul, right?
The big thing what happened there is that shot that Arthur Lee hit. That was unbelievable. I'd let him take that shot 15 more times.
Mosley's 4th foul, sending Mobley back to the stripes.
That's the 9th person. After this is the super bonus.
There's a young man that represents what's right about the college game, coming in as a prop 48. Will graduate in May. Has matured as a player and as a human being.
Tim, didn't he go to prep school up in Maine?
That's right. Maine Central Institute.
He's out of Philadelphia. He puts mustard on his pretzels.
As did Luther Clay, who also spent time at Maine Central Institute. Outstanding program there. Max Good, well known in the basketball community.
Here comes Lee again, and it's going up again, I believe.
Dumping it down to the Mad Dog. Madsen.
Oh, beautiful.
72-70.
Stanford, well coached. Both teams well coached, but Coach Montgomery is milking this clock and keeping his team in the game.
Wire to wire in the Midwest region. Here in St. Louis, the Midwest Regional Final, the possession arrow to Rhode Island. If Stanford fouls, which we anticipate, it will be the super bonus for Rhode Island. They will get 2 shots. It would be the 10th team foul against the Rhodies. Tim Brando, Al McGuire, Craig James, it has been a joy bringing you this tournament, and certainly this game living up to advanced billing.
I'd be surprised if they foul intentionally real quick this time because of the super bonus. Wow, that's dangerous.
Murphy comes away with it, and he's quickly fouled by Mosley. And that's the 5th foul on David Mosley. But the recognition there that it's Murphy in the open court that missed his last free throw, perhaps not a bad foul when you had a numbers game there.
Yeah, but what happens now, Tim, you're just looking to foul. But I thought maybe they should have tried to give a little play to maybe try to turn them. But the super bonus is such a difficult thing. But Coach Montgomery knows more about basketball than I'll ever know. So we talk about huge things, and here we go again. Murphy shoots 65% from the foul line. Oh, that was huge. Now it's 1 possession. If he makes this is so important, as you know, Tim. If he makes this, it's a 2-possession game. Ball net.
Timeout, Rhode Island. The Stanford Cardinal, the last team standing in the Pac-10. Rhode Island, the last team here in the Atlantic 10. Stay tuned. To see the 10-team fouls, that's big. The double bonus in effect. Every time Stanford fouls, Rhode Island gets 2 at the line. Possession arrow to Rhode Island. You talk about the emotions in college basketball and what this all means for a player like Madsen and Murphy. College hoops, little points win big games, and the point guards for both have gotten it done as we come down to Casey.
The man that Stanford wants the ball in his hands to penetrate all the way.
Proving it, a hit, proving a point.
He made up his mind to go all the way. The last time he stopped and went for 3. He could see his face kind of say, I'm going to go up there this time. Just before he took off, you could see the strength in his face that just got him up in there. Let's see now if he can bury the foul shot.
And it's huge because even if they foul and Rhode Island gets 2, it would be a 3-point spread rather than 4, but he must make this shot.
He hits 88% of them. Bango.
And McDonald checks in, offensive for defensive substitution.
They got a foul right away.
Mobley.
You got a foul right away. You got a foul right away.
Madsen, count it!
What happened? They didn't foul right away. They got mixed up. Then Lee got his hand on the ball. Madsen's on the inside. He goes up and buries it.
2 years in a Mormon mission and then returning and playing with maturity. The man called the Mad Dog with the huge slam to turn the last seconds of this game. Still 26.2 remaining in St. Louis. 71-65 with 59 seconds left. Now the Cardinal with a 1-point lead. 7-2 run in the last 22 seconds. Madsen now shooting for a 2-point edge for Stanford.
Madsen broke the leash. They had him on the leash, and he broke it. I told you, sprint shows up at the end of the ball game.
2-point game.
Rhode Island got 1 timeout remaining.
They'll let the guards create.
They're getting Wheeler's hands, and Wheeler's going back door. They turned it over. Now they got a foul right away.
Anticipating a backdoor cut. Antonio Reynolds-Dean was faked by Tyson Wheeler.
Got a foul right away. As soon as the ball comes in, you got a foul. That's it. Now Weems to get up there and see what you can do, man.
Boy, Jim Herrick, you think of the memories of the NCAA tournament, 1983, Jimmy Valvano's miracle run in the early rounds at Pepperdine. He led by 6 with under a minute to play. Valvano's team was able to send it to overtime and win in their march in March to an NCAA championship. And now Stanford trying to bring a nightmare back to life for Coach Herrick 15 years later.
Christie's 85%, made the first one. This is the two-possession shot here. Rhode Island has one timeout remaining. It's a 20. Ooh, big miss.
One possession game.
I take the 20, but some coaches don't.
Looking for a pick.
He'll get 3 fouls, Tim. He'll get 3 foul shots, I believe, Tim.
Arthur Lee reaching in for the steal. The one thing Mike Montgomery did not want just happened. Wheeler.
He shoots 66%, so by percentage, he should make 2 out of 3. That won't be enough. He has to make 3 out of 3 to go to OT. He's 2 for 2 today. Oh! Now he has to miss the last one. Make the second and miss the last on purpose. 5 seconds left of the clock. Make this one and miss the next one.
After such a brilliant performance, the high anxiety, barely able to draw iron.
Missed this one on purpose off the back rim. There it is.
Out of bounds. It belongs to Stanford with 4.2 remaining.
Someone has to cry and someone has to have joy.
Jim Herrick very upset. I think going back to that reach-in by Arthur Lee that he felt was a foul. He's still giving it to Frank Scagliato. Frankly, I'm surprised he hasn't been given the hook. He's getting in his licks. Arthur Lee at the stripes. 1942 was the year. Back then, the NIT was the biggest tournament. Stanford made their way in, made it happen. Lee, 27 consecutive free throws made. You know, for Utah, it was 1944. And they took over for Arkansas when they said they couldn't make it. There had been an automobile accident. They were unable to make it to the site. Now Utah is in, Stanford trying to join them.
Well, Stanford has the most wins ever this season, and Montgomery is going to his first Final Four. Congratulations, Coach.
Mobley with a 3 at the buzzer. But the Cardinals give the Pac-10 an entry into the Final Four in San Antonio. Mike Montgomery's first ever trip to the Final Four for Jim Herrick.